Arise, Rodimus Prime. Optimus.
Rodimusbill here, and today we're going to do the long-awaited Dinobot Volcanicus review. With the Voyager Grimlock, the Deluxe Slug, the Deluxe Snarl, the Deluxe Swoop, and the Deluxe Sludge. And first we're going to do, as the instructions say, with Slug and Snarl as a leg and arm on one side of the body, Sludge and Swoop on the other side of the body, and then I'm going to switch the limbs around to show you the difference. First, we're going to do Grimlock as the torso. I had to move my camera. We're going to put these guys to the side. We're going to take off the combiner feet. Okay, we're going to put his arms up like that. We're going to rotate, fold the arms in. Do Grimlock as his torso really quick. Okay. Put this backwards, turn this in. I do have a Grimlock. I do have reviews on each of the Dinobots individually. So if you want to know how to do this in more detail, you can watch those reviews. Alright, and that basically, we'll bring up Volcanicus' head. Alright. And there we have Grimlock. Alright, we'll put him to the back. And now we'll do Swoop as an arm. Since Swoop and Slug will be the arms, those stay mostly in robot mode. First we'll take their power armor off and make it into the arms, or the hands. And we'll pull out the peg. There we go. We'll do a little swoop. Okay, fold these together. There. Put him like that. Whoops. Put that like that. Alrighty. Swoop's legs never want to cooperate though. But that's okay. Yeah, they didn't design this guy that good. His legs. But there's a lot of design flaws in the individual Dinobots. And we'll stick the leg as the arm. Alright, there is one arm. And we'll do Slug as the other arm. Take the power armor off. Power armor is going to be a hand. Pull the peg up. Alrighty. Arms go back. Arms go back. This whole area gets pushed back and like that. The peg. Now, there's that peg there. And I believe we do... Yes. Okay. Rotate that around. Put that peg in. And the feet, you just want to clamp together. Turn that sideways. And now, Slug is an arm. Oh. Okay. Alright, Grimlock, or Volcanicus, stay up. Next, we'll work on Snarl as a leg. So now these guys most likely go into, almost into dinosaur mode. Because that's the way they work. Dinosaur mode for the feet. Pull that out. Pull this out. Tail goes up. Pull goes up. Dinosaur mode for the legs. And robot modes for the arms. Typical combiner transformation. And is going to be Snarl put together. Now we're going to use one of Grimlock's feet, but take out the Dinobot Enigma. Stick that there. Flip the peg up. And the arms. I believe they go into the gray. This guy's got two different pegs. The gray goes in feet mode, and when you do him as an arm, he fits in the other arm. There's one foot. You can either have these like that, or the instructions say like that, so we're going to do that first. Okay, last but not least, we're going to do Sludge. And we're going to do him again, almost in dynamo. Now he has his in the back. Normally they have these up front, but we're going to do his in the back. And we're going to close these up. Whoa! Didn't mean to break these. Again, that's one of the design flaws I was talking about with these guys. And like him, you really can't fit these in. But you do the best you can. Fold these out. Fold these out. These go in. These go in. And we are almost into Volcanicus. I'll pull that up. Swing that up. And these slide in there. That slides, a little peg slide in there. Oh, where's the other Dinobot leg? There you go. Fix his arms. Where's that peg? Oh wow, this guy just keeps falling apart. And that's not, oh yeah, you get this little peg in there. There you go. So there's a bunch of little knickknacks. They really actually did spend a good time designing little knickknacks. And that is Sludge. Now, we're going to adjust the camera. So we can do Volcanicus. Alright. First, we'll do the legs. We'll take Sludge. Slide him in. There you go. We'll take Snarl. Slide him in. There you go. Then we'll take Slug. Slide that in. And then Swoop. Slide it in. And that is Volcanicus in all his glory. And how's that? Yes. And he's very nice. A little wobbly, but we're going to go show you how to make him better. First, we'll get some close-up. There's Volcanicus' head. You can see Grimlock's face. There's Swoop as one arm. Slug as the other arm in this configuration. And then Snarl and Sludge. And Snarl, I've seen other ones like that, where he's got a big knee, but I prefer the Dinobot wings spread out. Now, articulation wise, we're going to go through the arms. We got 360 degrees on the arms. They go out, swivel. They do the double. If you swing them around a certain way, you can have the double joint. There is Volcanicus. Oop. Legs. Grimlock's legs, you can do that. We can go out. You do have the knee joint from the dinosaurs. Volcanicus's head. You can move 360 degrees. Now this Grimlock, what you can do is open it up, and you could put the Enigma right in his mouth, and that is the Dinobot Enigma. And what you could also do is you have these extra hand pieces. There is a little tab underneath Grimlock, so you could fill some of the space in. We'll put that there, and that there, and that fills them out a little better. And there you have Grimlock. He's not so thin. Now, let's compare him with other combiners. Here he is with Superion. There you go. That's how those two giants line up. Now Grimlock does have a lot of room over here, but typical combiner. And then we will compare him with Combiner Wars Metasaur. And that is how those two Goliaths line up. Now, let's get a little close up. We're just going to get some more close-ups. There you go. It's Grimlock's waist, Volcanicus's waist. You got Snarl. You got Sludge. Overall, I'm glad they finally did a combiner Dinobot. And the back's pretty clean. Pretty flat back. Let me fix him. There you go. Yeah, just how Grimlock is. And now what we're going to do is we're going to switch and put Sludge in the other guy. We're going to swap Slug and Snarl and Sludge and Swoop. And there is Volcanicus. Now you have Snarl as the arm and Slug as a leg, or you can do him like that, but there you go. And let's take a close look at him. There's Snarl as the arm, again Slug as a leg. Now I like Slug as a leg, but I think Swoop is too thin to be a leg. And then there is Sludge. Sludge is okay as an arm. And there's Volcanicus again. But I personally think that Swoop should be an arm. See, and since you got this head, or you can do it like that, there's a couple different ways to make it symmetry. But there is... There is Volcanicus with the other figure swapped. And I want to actually show you again on the feet. They have these ratchets where they go side to side, which is good for posability. Although, see, Swoop is very bad as a leg. And this is my preferred Volcanicus. You've got Swoop as an arm. You've got Snarl as an arm. And you've got Sludge and Slag as the feet. because Swoop is only an arm, and even as an arm, his design flaws got to be the worst because he never stays together. But all in all, he's a Dinobot combiner, which I'm happy for. Could he have been better? Yes, he could have been. But for what it's worth, I am glad, besides getting a third-party knockoff or a third-party expensive one, we've got the Dinobot Volcanicus. All in all, I'm very happy, although I won't be displaying him as Volcanicus. I like the Dino modes. But your toy, as Amigo says, display him as you want. And like I said, Grimlock's face, you could either put down, or you could turn his head and put the Enigma, the Dinobot Enigma in his head. He's got a nice face. You got, there's, you know, these do a little bit of filling him out. There you go. That looks a little better. So there is options for him. And like I said, he's not as streamlined as, say, Superion is. But all in all, I think they really did a good job. And I am happy, as someone who grew up with the Dinobots always facing off against Devastator and them not being a combiner. I'm glad that you finally got our combiner Dinobots. Alright, this is Rodimusbill saying reminding you I do have individual reviews on all of these and on little sister Slash. Now there are fan modes about how you can get Slash to be on his chest, but I haven't done any of those yet. But as I was saying before, there are reviews on each individual Dinobot. Now we got Volcanicus review. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And as always, this is Rodimusbill saying till all are one, till all are one. Me Grimlock King.